Yo, what do you do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Had a Gundam / Gunpla Quirk. This is part 11. In the last part, the second event of the UA Sports Festival was just starting as Izuku had to make that of a new team. However, the team is still somewhat similar, but with only one difference. Tokiyami isn't part of it, but his friend and rival in the Gunpla Course, Tatsumi Jin, decided to help out using his unique quirk of teleportation, actually. Not only that, Izuku had that of, contingency plans in case that he lost the 10 million points after all, which he ended up doing because of Ida and Todoroki's team. But he was able to take the points that Todoroki was able to collect alongside his original points that he had from the very beginning, which allowed Izuku to reach that of third place, qualifying them for the third event. However, before the third event begins, President Mike announced the Gunpla Course's event being that of being the Gunpla Battle Tournaments. However, since there's not a lot of Gunpla students, they decide to invite all the other students who have Gunplas of their own to a Gunpla Battle Royale, which gives everybody in UA a chance to show what they're made of besides just the Gunpla Course and Gunpla battles, which many people, even the crowd themselves, began to get excited as well. However, behind the scenes, it seems things are not as bright and colorful as they should be given the next event. Given All Might met with Endeavor after years and was confused on why he's not impressed with his son, with then soon Takashi, the Japanese national champion of Gunpla battles, shows up wanting to speak with All Might. However, Shoto soon explains his origins to Izuku. However, with Shoto still declaring war on Izuku. However, Izuku basically doubles down, proving that Shoto is not even worth his time, not even worth a true rival with. With that, soon things in the UA Sports Festival began to get heated further. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As many students from that of the General Studies, Support, Business, and Hero course began to register for that of the Gunpla Battle Royale, such from those from Class 1A being that of Kirishima, Kaminari, Sero, Toru, and surprisingly, also Momo as well, with everybody which some are not too surprised, but still surprised that the rich girl of Class 1A loves to build Gunpla as well. Some from that of Class 1B also taking part in the battle too, such as Owas, Subaraba, Tokage, Shota, and also Monoma as well. The others of Class 1B want to take part because it would be fun after all. However, Monoma doing it so he can basically destroy those of Class 1A instead of being wary of the classes that actually are mostly going to shine the most, such as that from Class L and Class M being the Gunpla Course classes, of course, as well. But even so, they enjoyed a bit of the challenge, as everyone who's signing up as it being that of a 1 versus 29, basically 30 participants in the Battle Royale, counting Izuku being part of the Gunpla Course, and since there are only that of 5 in each class, that being that of 10, and also counting that of the 5 from that of, Class 1A and Class 1B also being 10, and the extra 10 being a few from that of General Studies, a few from that of Support, and some from that of the Business Course as well. But even so, it's still going to be a battle to to remember after all. With then some of the heroes began thinking, seriously, I don't know the reason why they even bother doing an event like this during the sports festival. This is supposed to be an event for the hero course, not for the Gunpla course. Within another hero, basically speaking of saying, then you're pretty damn ignorant. Gunpla battles are still pretty damn popular even to this day. Why do you think the Gunpla course is one of the hardest course, even harder than that of the UA during that of the UA entrance exam for the hero course? With a female hero speaking up saying, definitely. I hear that this year it was a lot harder, especially since they only had that of 5 students allowed into that of the classes. 4 got in by recommendation, just like that of the hero course. However, the remaining 6 that got in by that of the entrance exam, they say that it was really tough, especially since there were over that of 500 participants who applied for the entrance exam. With then the pro that basically went after hearing that saying, damn, then it must be that hard. Maybe I should probably shut up then. With a few pros internally thinking, maybe you should. With then soon seeing class 1A in basically the booths that they were going to be in for until that of the third event, Ochako came up and say, oh man, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Within Ida speaking of saying, agreed. Knowing Midoriya and also Hagakure, they're most likely going to need the support. With then soon Jiro saying, still, can't believe that they changed up quite a bit for this year. Normally, last time I saw the sports festival, when they do events like this for Gunpla, they never allow any of the other courses to take part. Within soon, Ida adjusts his glasses, saying, well, if I heard from Midoriya, the reason is because they lack that of many students for that of the Gunpla course classes. Normally, the classes have have students up to that of 10 in each one. However, there are only 5 that each class only has that of 5 students, even counting Midoriya in class L. So it's the reason on why they are allowing more and more students this year to take part from the other courses. With then Bakugo scoffing, saying, it just shows that nobody even gave a damn about a course like that when it's heroes that are more important. With then soon Tsuyu basically speaking up saying, are you really that dense, Bakugo? With then Bakugo getting annoyed with that of a tick mark on his face, saying, who the hell did you say, you damn froggy bitch? With then soon Tsuyu saying, I'm guessing you didn't know if you're really that self-absorbed thinking that that UA only cares about the hero course. The reason being is because this year's entrance exam for the Gunpla course was considered to be 10 times harder than it originally is. And as for the applicants, there were even more than there was down the hero course. When we took it, there was only that of 200 students, but for the Gunpla course, there was 500 of them. Just imagine on how many people that failed this year, and instead of allowing those from the hero course, they only allowed 5 of us instead. With then hearing that, Bakugo basically narrowed his eyes in that of panic, and thinking, if I didn't reach that high, if I did the entrance exam, I would most likely be able to drop out. I wouldn't have been able to make it. The worst part is I didn't even apply for any other school outside of just UA. Within soon, Shoji speaking up, saying, it just proves it even more. The Gunpla course is harder than that of the hero course. It just shows on how much UA basically takes care of not just one course, but even their second most popular course being Gunpla as well. With then soon Mina speaking up saying, go Kirishima! Show what you got! You too, Toru! Don't get everything you got too! With then soon a few people from that of class 1B also began to cheer for their classmates except Monoma, of course, given that, well, it's Monoma, of all people. With then, soon in the state, and that of the arena, a giant Gunpla Battle Duel Stadium begins to appear. With then soon, each and every, it has that of control schemes in front of them, all 30 of them. With then, soon, President Mike speaks up in the booth saying, well, now, looks like we're about to get everything started right here and now. But let's run down at least a little bit of the rules for those who don't know and for the audience at home, of course. You see, today we'll be using that of a Gunpla Battle Dueling Stadium, unlike that of Gunpla Battle Nexus, the online game, and Gunpla Battle VR being that of testing the ad of Gunplas and that of battle pods. We're going to be using an old system such as the duel system, which basically simulates that of damage, what you would see in that of the Gundam animes, mangas, and light novels and games. As for the damage levels, we'll be setting them not from that of F all the way to B. Basically, whatever damage is taken to the Gunpla, it will be that of reenacted right onto the Gunpla itself. So, and in case you were thinking that we're doing this, that will basically cause charges for our students to UA, don't worry. Every student is basically forced to sign that of a waiver in case damage is done to a Gunpla. And the students basically know what's going to happen if they sign up for this match. It's how battles are. If that's how it is in the anime, and in the series that they're based off of, they're going to have to prepare for anything to come. That even means repairing and rebuilding them themselves. However, instead of having my grumpy co-host with me just today, being a racerhead, we also have two other co-hosts this time. Say hello to the homeroom teacher of Class L, Lynn Kozumi, or as her hero name and Gunpla Battle alias name, Night Princess. With then soon seeing the blue net homeroom teacher of Izuku's Gunpla class, as she can say, it's good to be here. And personally, I just prefer if everybody just calls me by my last name, Kozumi. I'm a retired pro after all. With then soon, President Mike still continues saying, and as for our last co-host, the homeroom teacher of Class M's Gunpla Course, Amuro Mitsune. With then the man that looks exactly like Amuro Ray, being the homeroom teacher of Class M, couldn't help but also agreed, saying, I'm just glad to be here, not also supporting my own students and also the new generation of Gunpla battlers. I'm just glad that many of the students from other courses are also taking part in this event as well. With then President Mike saying, now that's what I call gratitude. Now then, as I done speaking to my co-host, as for the Battle Royale, this battle will be taking place into that of 3 sections. The first section being that of the space, second section being atmosphere, and the third section being that of ground combat. You can basically start. You have the choice to start out in either one of these areas. However, depending on the terrain that you are in, could basically mean life and death in battle, and that's how the Gundam series is all about. With then soon everyone who goes to their Gunpla battle stations couldn't help but get a little bit worried, except those from the Gunpla course. With then Ray looking at Izuku, wondering where he's going to be. With then Miss Kozumi speaking up, saying, as for the main rules of this battle, there are no battles. There are no complete rules. You can even work with other people to take down many other battlers if you wish to. With then hearing this, Monoma couldn't help but smirk and saying, if that's the case, then we can possibly do the same strategy that we did during the Cavalry battle and, With then soon everybody in Class 1B could help but speak up saying, every man and woman for themselves, Monoma. With then hearing this, Monoma was actually dumbfounded at this, with then saying, what? But why? This would be the perfect chance we work together to destroy those Class A idiots. With then soon a wasp spoke up saying, look dude, your plan that worked in the cavalry battle, it was sound at first. But this is a Gunpla battle. We're not on teams this time. This is basically the proof on who's the best of the best. Not just in the Gunpla course, but possibly all of UA. With then soon Setsuna speaking up saying, that's right. And basically you're nothing but an obstacle to us too, Monoma. Not a teammate and not a classmate. You may be a classmate, but when it comes to Gunpla battles, it's every man, woman for themselves. So you better be prepared and don't hold anything back. With then hearing this, Monoma feeling somewhat down, as he first believed that alongside those with Class 1B, he'll be able to beat Class 1A effortlessly, and even possibly those from the Gunpla course by working as a team. But now, it seems like even his teammates are basically all in it for themselves. With then, Zero could help but speak up saying, harsh, guy really thought that he was going to be working together with his teammates. With then, Kaminari spoke up saying, yeah, right. After all, this is Gunpla battles. And just like they said, every man, woman, and child for themselves. It's basically a free-for-all to see who's the best. With then soon Toru speaking up saying, well, shame for all of you guys because I'm definitely going to be the winner of this whole entire competition. With then soon Momo speaking up saying, I wouldn't say that, Hakakore, but at least you'll try. With then Toru saying, oh please, unlike many of you from the hero course and also Izuku as well, I'm actually somewhat of a semi-pro in Gunpla battles. So it means I can take any of you guys on effortlessly. With then soon Kirishima saying, let's see you try, little lady. With then soon Toru saying, oh please, I can tell all of you guys have that of straight builds. It's custom builds that you guys need to watch out for, after all. With then soon Toru looking at Izuku, saying, besides, I'm in it to win it against a certain green net of mine. With then soon Izuku began to feel at least several eyes on him, with then looking over to his right side as it being Jin and Suzuya, with it saying, oh, don't tell me you guys are coming after me too. With then Jin saying, no offense, but yeah. But don't take it too personally. I'll save you for last, bro. With then soon Suzuya saying, yeah, don't take it too offensively, Izuku. But we're all in this to win it. To prove that we're the best of UA's first year division. So just let you know. No hard feelings. With then Izuku signed saying, some taken, but I've been a target for so many people for so long. I can handle this. With then Amuro speaking up saying, as for another major rule, there is no, if you even try attacking any of your fellow opponents outside of the arena with either using that of physical violence or even using your quirk, then you're basically disqualified from this entire event as a whole. So make sure to play fair as always. With then after hearing that, everybody nods. But then President Mike speaks up saying, all right then, now place your Gunplas on the loading deck. With then soon everybody placing their Gunplas down. With then soon Izuku placed down his Gunpla that he's chosen for this event, being his newest Gunpla that he designed, the 00 Exia. However, it looks like it also has that of support as well, being a mobile being that of a mobile air platform, as it's designed after that of the Gundam Age 2 Magna. With then Izuku couldn't help but get excited, saying, It's your time to shine. Show what you can do, Double O Exia. With then placing his GP base down, with everybody else doing the exact same thing. With soon as then the screens of 3 screens begin to pop up in front of them, with then everybody grabbing onto the control spears. With then soon President Mike saying, "Say it with me, everybody, 3." With then soon the crowd going that of 2. With then even those in the battle on that of the main stadium field also say 1. With then everybody screams out, "Gunpla Battle, begin!" With soon everybody from all the courses begin to launch after saying their names and their Gunpla's names as well. With then Izuku saying, "This is Izuku Midoriya, Double Exia, ready to launch!" With then launching forward, as the terrain that he decides to go for first is that of the space terrain. With then soon entering that of the wide open darkness that is space, with a few that of debris and destroyed satellites, and even in the distance that of a colony as one of the battlegrounds. With then soon Izuku could help but be shocked and surprised, saying, "Wow, UA really doesn't hold anything back. It actually does feel like I'm actually in an official tournament." With then soon Izuku being fired at on multiple sides by that of two students from that of general studies and 2 students from that of the business course. As on the general studies side, one of them has that of a Gundam full armored, one of them has that of a Zeta Gundam, and on the business course side, one of them have that of a Zaku Phantom, and one of them also has that of Wing Gundam. With then Izuku seeing them, as he couldn't help but smirk, saying, "All right, let's see what you guys can do. Don't disappoint me." With then placing one hand of his Exia down onto his flight base, with then soon materializing right next to him as it being his beam rifle. However, it's no typical beam rifle, as it being the Wing Gundam's Mega Beam Rifle, the Eternal Waltz version of the Wing Gundam. With then soon fire with one precise aim, it begins to charge. The golden beam begins to charge, and with one solitary blast, it destroys 2 of the business course Gunplas without even batting an eye. With then one of them kind of from the general studies saying, "What the? There's no way a mega beam rifle is that powerful. How is that even possible?" With then one of them also came up and say, "It's because he's part of the Gunpla Course. He has a custom model." With then Izuku came up and smirk, saying, "That's right." With that smile and his grin, he soon begins to fly towards them, using both the double O Gundam Sky's GM drives and also his base flyer to increase his speed and thrust. But then soon dematerializing his mega beam rifle, and then switching to his GM bayonet blades. With one solitary slash, he destroys the Zeta Gundam, with one slash cutting it in 2. With then soon the full armored Gundam begins to circle around and change his maneuvers, getting that of the perfect aim to basically shoot down Izuku. Within Izuku seeing this, as he continues to fly over and basically change the maneuvers of every beam shot that was aimed at him. Within soon placing his hand of the Exia down once more, his his base rider begins to charge a beam shot of its own towards that of the full armored. Within soon, both beams clash between the two. With then soon, Izuku jumps down from his rider. Within soon, flying towards that of the Gundam full armored. Within the general course student couldn't react fast enough, saying, "Wait, what? No, 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 no!" With soon, with two slashes, cuts off the main shield beam rifle, and then soon cutting it in two from its torso, and even cutting off that of the left arm as well. With then after that, he soon flies off back to his platform, standing up, seeing the explosion. With then soon the crowd going wild for Izuku. With those in Class 1A, couldn't help but be shocked and surprised seeing the skills that Izuku was able to do in Gunpla battles. With then Bakugo is utterly shocked and surprised as well. With as this being his first time seeing that of Gunpla battle, as he's never saw them before, always believing that they were a waste of time. But now, seeing that this is what Izuku is capable of in Gunpla battles, maybe he should have seen them sooner than later. As for Shoto, he's not really that impressed, but he's mostly seeing this as a good way to get a chance to knowing how Midoriya fights himself, believing that his movements in battle are the same way that he moves in that of fighting, using his Gunpla parts for his quirk. Within Ochako cheering, saying, "Deku did it! He did it!" With then Ida also cheering, saying, "That's what I expect from Midoriya." Now let's see what the others are doing. Currently back with those in Class 1A, they're currently fighting against a few of them are fighting against each other, while also fighting against those from Class 1B as well. For example, Momo is fighting against that of Sero and also Tokage, while Kaminari is fighting against that of Kirishima and also Monoma and Subaraba's Gundams as well. With Sero and his Gunpla model Gearfriend, however, with Momo and her Unicorn Gundam custom model, mostly focusing on that of long-range firepower instead of close-range combat, being her twin miniguns on both arms of the Unicorn. Setsuna's Gunpla is based off that of the, Ultron Gundam Endless Waltz version. Well, makes sense given that this is a girl that loves dinosaurs. Closest thing to a dinosaur is that of a dragon, so twin dragon fist in a way. Currently on the ground, with Sero's Gearfriend is floating up into the air. With Momo's is basically bunkered down with both her shields up and one of her arms pointing her minigun right at Setsuna. Within Setsuna, still basically having her twin pronged beam trident out, as Sero soon aims his beam rifle towards that of Setsuna. Within soon she dodges. However, soon Momo basically sees the perfect opening, firing that of multiple Gatling beam shots towards that of the Ultron Gundam. However, Setsuna seeing this, basically using her double pronged beam trident, and basically blocks the shots. She soon uses her thrusters to fly up into the air, with then soon grabbing on and then extending one of her arms as it turns into that of a dragon, with then heading towards that of Sero's Gearfriend. Within Sero saying, "Oh boy, gotta move!" With then in split second he moves before the arm could extend towards him, and then begins to shoot that of flames coming out of it. Without warning, she soon just throws her trident towards that of Sero's Gearfriend, and begins to pierce at it. As then the trident makes contact with it. However, it destroys the arm and also half of the body of Sero's gear friend. But then Sero saying, "Oh, come on! Seriously? It even took my beam rifle with it!" With then soon Setsuna couldn't help but smirk before then realizing, "Uh-oh, did I just..." With capitalizing on this opportunity, Momo soon begins to unleash that a rapid barrage of beam shots towards that of Setsuna, as then she tries to extend back her arms and tries to block each and every shot, defending herself, but each and every shot begins to weigh down on her model kit. As well, you can begin to see that of burns and scarring towards her Gunpla. With then she basically gritting her teeth saying, "Damn it! How could I basically become so stupid? I should have realized that Yaoyorozu was capitalized on that." With then soon Momo began to realize that she's running out of that she needs to recharge her beam shots. With then soon she quits firing before then bringing out the Unicorn Gundam's iconic beam Magnum. As then the high-powered beam rifle begins to charge, and then soon, instead of aiming for that of Setsuna, she aims for Sero again. With then soon Sero unable to react fast enough because he's still in shock that he lost one of his main weapons. He soon uses the gear friend's beam rifle tail and begins to shoot towards the beam rifle. Begins to shoot at the beam as the high-powered purple beam clashes with that of the yellow beam. It soon creates that of a smoky dust cloud. However, coming out of the cloud being that of the high-powered pink one. Within, it pierces right. It destroys both the cockpit and also the head of the gear friend, destroying it entirely. With then seeing this, Sero couldn't help but slump down in his control scheme and realize, "Seriously? How the hell?" With then soon Momo couldn't help but be excited and happy that she took down one of her classmates. With then saying, "Sorry, Sero, I saw the perfect opportunity that you were the weakest out of all of us, and I capitalized it." With then Setsuna saying, "You basically used both of us to beat each other so you could basically take one of us down instantly. You're really a devious kind of girl, Yaoyorozu." With then soon Momo couldn't help but smirk, saying, "I aim to please. I may not be too much into Gunpla battles, but I can adapt on the fly after all." With then as soon pointing her beam rifle at that of Setsuna, saying, "Now it's your time to..." Before she could finish, a beam saber was soon stucking out of the Unicorn Gundam. With then she couldn't help. Momo was utterly shocked as seen through her control scheme. She could see through on her screens that a beam rifle was pointing under her cockpit. Good thing that she isn't in. Good thing that Gunplas don't follow the laws of the normal Gundam series, or she would be completely already out for the count. With then she was about to aim one of her twin Gatling guns right at her opponent. Before then, the beam saber was soon pulled out out of the side of her Unicorn Gundam. With then she was completely caught off guard. Before then, a beam rifle shooting right towards her Unicorn Gundam's main camera, and then destroys it in one solitary shot. With then also destroying her Gunpla at the same time. With then seeing this, Setsuna was completely caught off guard, saying, as she sees that of a white mobile suit with its shield looking like that of a beam rifle, looking like that of a beam cannon, as it has that of a bulky design, but it looks like it's made for that of mobility and speed though. With then soon she noticed as Setsuna was slowly head walking towards her to her trident, with then soon extending her dragon arm, with then grabbing it, with as she was about to bring it towards her quickly. Her arm was soon shot by that of a beam shot. With then Setsuna was completely caught off guard that her dragon fang arm was completely destroyed just like that. With then saying, "How? But how's that?" Before she could finish her sentence, another beam shot basically destroys her entire Gunpla as well, as it goes off into that of a fiery explosion. Within the white Gunpla looks back, and seeing in the very end that of trees, it looks like that of a Gundam Mark II. However, it's completely different from its arms and also its backpack as well. And not only that, from the Gundam Mark II that normally has that of green glowing eyes, this one has that of red. Back with Kaminari, Kirishima, Tsuburaba, and that of Monoma. They are all basically fighting against one another, with Kirishima trying his best to take down that of Monoma using his Shining Gundam. However, since the Shining Gundam wasn't really truly made for that of, well, flying actually, and only has that of thrusters to get it up to higher places instead, Monoma's Gunpla, which is that of the Gemini Gundam #1, is basically, well, flying circles around him, as it's basically easily able to stay in the air for a long periods of time without even breaking a sweat. As for Kaminari, well, he's struggling at least a little bit against that of Tsuburaba and his, well, Blitz Gundam, as the two are basically in that of beam clashes, with Tsuburaba basically blocking each and every one of, well, Kaminari's beam slashes with his beam cutlass. And however, Kaminari, given that the crossbows Gundam X1 is quite fast, given its backpack and its beam cloak as well, is basically maneuvering around that of the Blitz without even breaking a sweat. Given that the Blitz is pretty fast, but not that fast when it comes to being on land though, which is a downside of the Blitz. With then Tsuburaba saying, "Damn it, will you just go down, you spark plug?" With then soon using his right arm, having his blade shield on it, with then shooting his tripod missiles. With then the spear-like missiles begin to aim at that of Kaminari. Within Kaminari couldn't help but smirk as he dodged all three missiles before then pulling out his beam pistol. Within soon charging it up, as then he couldn't help but say, "Gotcha now!" With then soon firing a giant beam of Plotsky particles. With then soon, as the giant beam was heading towards that of the Blitz, Tsuburaba only had one option, was basically either to dodge or go into Mirage Caloid form. Well, he only had one option. Well, he had two options, but decided to go with the one, as he tries to defend from that of the massive beam shots using both his shields. Unfortunately, it did not work so well. With then soon a massive explosion happens. Within Monoma couldn't help but speak up while in the air, saying, "Tsuburaba, hey, you okay? Speak to me. Don't lose to this class 1A trash." With then Tsuburaba basically speaking up through the saying, "Hey, I'm good, but I think I'm basically completely out now." With then Monoma hearing this saying, "Wait, what?" As soon as the dust settles, the Blitz Gundam is still standing tall. However, both its arms are completely and utterly destroyed. With then soon Monoma's eyes basically bulging out, saying, "You gotta be kidding me!" With then soon twirling that of the beam pistol in his hands. With then Kaminari couldn't help but smirk as he soon brings the beam pistol, still smoking, basically towards the crossbow's Gundam's head. However, realizing that he can whistle it, he soon saying, "Oh, that was stupid." With then many of the crowd couldn't help but laugh at Kaminari's attempt to be cool, basically backfiring on him. With then Kyoka basically laughing her ass off, saying, "See, he tried doing something cool and yet it just ended up being stupid as hell. Oh, just look at his dumb face, realizing what he's done." With then soon Mina also couldn't help but laugh alongside the earphone jack girl as well. Even some from Class 1B couldn't help but laugh at Kaminari being quite the, fumbling dork. But a few of them are also still worried that Tsuburaba is literally going to be out of the game, given that both his Gunpla's arms are literally gone now. With then soon Monoma basically flying, saying, "Don't worry, Tsuburaba, I got you. Even though we're basically enemies, like you said, I still want to support my fellow Class 1B classmates after all." With then soon seeing the opportunity, Kirishima couldn't help but smirk, with then saying, "All right, here it goes. This hand of mine is glowing red. Its roar tells me to grasp victory right here and now." With then soon the Shining Gundam's ports begin to open up from its gauntlets and also from its center, and also to the main camera head as well. Within soon, with Kirishima using all of his might, he bursts towards that of Monoma, jumps into the air with his thrusters. Within Monoma, unable to realize on what he just did due to his pride for his classmates, couldn't help. Within soon, Kirishima screams out, "Take this, my love, my hope, and all my sorrow! Shining finger!" Slamming the glowing fist down onto Monoma's Gemini Gundam, as then both Gundams were soon basically, slam into one another. Within an explosion happens, destroying both Class 1B mobile suits without breaking a sweat, as both Class 1B students have been eliminated. With then Kaminari saying, "You couldn't help but scream that out, could you, Kirishima?" With then Kirishima scratching the back of his head as the Shining Gundam basically mimics his pilot, with then saying, "Well, yeah, I mean, you can't blame me. I always wanted to do that. Never actually got a chance to outside of, Gundam Battle Nexus on my computer, so." With then saying, "I'm not judging, dude. Now, since it's only the two of us, why don't we?" With then, without warning, soon they began to hear that of thrusters begin to fly towards that of both of them. Before they could react quick enough, soon Kirishima's Shining Gundam was soon slashed into two, before then being finished off by another slash being cut in that of fours now. With then a massive explosion happens, with Kaminari soon flying backwards to get away from the explosion. Within him basically blinking multiple times before screaming out, "Kirishima!" With then soon escaping from the explosion as being that of a customized Gunpla that's basically all black, with its red eyes glowing that of a menacing red, with its beam sabers, which is using that of the 4 Mars Gundam beam sabers, with Kaminari getting into that of a battle stance, with then saying, "You're gonna pay for that for doing that to my friend and my buddy." With then soon was about to aim his beam pistol. With then soon he began to hear a screaming in his comms, with it's saying that of heroic, with then Kaminari basically trying to wonder, wait, where the hell is that kick? With then soon the crossbows Gundam was basically kicked in the back of the head by a smaller version of a Gunpla, and being a custom model Gunpla as well is with then soon seeing this Kaminari basic crossbones begins to fall to the ground. Before it could get back up, the little Gunpla stands on top of it. Before it then bring out that of a beam saber that looks like that of a massive sword, as it being that of a anti-ship beam sword. As the voice soon screams out that of heroic stab, with then stabbing into that of the crossbows Gundam. Before then soon the person that sounds like that of a girl continues saying heroic stab, heroic stab, heroic stab, heroic stab, before then raising up the anti-ship sword once again saying heroic slash, with then cutting off that of the crossbones Gundam's head. Within it flies off of the crossbones before it explodes as well, with then the massive sword on its little shoulders. With then soon the person in that of the black Gunplas can help but say, did you really have to go that overboard? And seriously, this is a full-on competitive battle. You need to stop saying that hero crap. Within the girl can help but say, oh come on, it's my gimmick. It's basically my edge when I go pro, after all, in Gunpla battles. With then soon the guy can help but sigh, saying, whatever. Let's find more of these Class 1A, Class 1B, and General Studies students to destroy, and all that be left at those from the Gunpla Course. Within the girl saying, okie dokie. With then the two of them fly off. Within everybody in the stands couldn't help but be shocked and surprised at the events that just happened. Within the pro saying, wait, that would seem like it was dirty. Yeah, what the heck? As everybody is booing with Class 1A, they both Mina and also Jiro were actually shocked and surprised. Within Mina screams out, Kirishima! But he never got a true chance though. With then soon Jiro saying, stupid jamming me. Out of everybody, I knew he was probably going to go down, but to go down that brutally? Geez, even I feel bad for the guy. With then, Bakugo was utterly shocked, saying, those bastards! How dare they do that to shitty hair? If anything, I should be the one to be able to do that to him. With then, soon everybody in Class 1A realized that this is Bakugo pissed off in his own way for Kirishima's sake, after all. With almost everybody shocked, with then soon President Mike speaking up saying, What was that? It seems like Class 1A, Class 1B are being targeted, but by who? With then soon Amuro Matsuda couldn't help but speak up saying, bye-bye class, of course. With then everybody looking at the Amuro replica, with then him saying, my class has always been one of the considered to be the secondary class to Gunpla. So they want to stand out in their own way. Best way to do that, take out the students that this entire festival everybody has their eyes on the most. That's class 1M's entire strategy. Take out the hero course and save that of class 1L for last. It's a pretty good strategy. It basically helps them stand out the most, don't you guys think? With then soon Kozumi can up and speak up saying, oh boy, always makes sense. There are always the jealous types out there. I mean, Class 1B's Monoma, for example, was out there, and I believe even some from Class 1B still feel the exact same way Monoma does. Maybe not to a huge degree, but it's understandable. With then soon, as I was saying, looks like Midoriya and those from Class 1L have quite a bit of a competition ahead of them, as the Gunpla Battle Royale has just begun and is kicking up a notch as we speak. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this. Personally, I believe this Battle Royale may last that of 3 parts. Well, probably make it 4, given that this just starts the Battle Royale after all. So yeah, at any rate, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while now, since I started this series, well, what if after all. And I hope you guys enjoyed what I'm going to do in the future. So, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep up to date my videos when I upload on the channel. Also check out my Discord, gaming channel, side channel, Patreon, and Cash App. All linked in the description below. So, with all that saying, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later guys, and hope you all take care. Shiro Kitsune, do your thing, my girl.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!